What I noticed about Leighton is like very good at observing. And then with that, you're anticipating what other people need.
Welcome to the Business and Pleasure of Flowers. We're your hosts, Vonda Lefevre
and Lori Wilson, and we believe that business and fun are a perfect combination. Kind of like us, Vonda. Hello, listeners. This is Lori, and the reason I am saying my name is because it has been brought to my attention because of texts and comments from people that they cannot tell Vonda's or my voice apart, which Vonda honestly is shocking.
It's shocking. And the thing is, they think I was the one talking all the time,
I
Lori.
know, which is awesome.
I'm like, no, that's not me. Nope. That's Lori.
It makes me laugh so hard. The one person's like, and you were like, no, that's Lori. She's the one that's always talking.
So for clarity purposes, state your name.
I, Lori Wilson.
I, Vonda Lefevre.
And we have two special guests.
Hello, Ellie here. Hi, it's Leighton. And we have my wonderful niece, Vonda's wonderful granddaughter, Leighton.
And we're so excited. So I've been wanting to do this for a while. Vonda and I've actually talked about it off and on for a couple of years, but this is your family vacation week. So thanks for having me, guys.
We're happy to have you here. We wish you were here in the pool doing pool aerobics for us, actually.
We could use a class.
We would be doing some pyramids. I can promise you that, and be drinking some high noons. But I did want to have the three of you in the same room because I thought it'd be fun to do like a little generational pod, because I know there's a lot of family flower shops, but there's not always three generations that actually have worked together. And so I, as the outsider, I like to think of myself as part of the family, but bloodline, let's be honest, I'm kind of the aunt of the family, as people think. I'm Ellie's aunt, which is fine.
No, people think you're my mom as well.
Oh, that's true. Mom.
Or sister.
Or sister, aunt, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, the photo shoot that we've already talked about, Leighton came because it's in Des Moines, and that's where she lives. And Vonda, you were adamant about wanting her there. Like right when we started planning it, when you and Ellie and I had that first meeting, you brought up, I was trying to think when I was writing down my notes for this, thinking, did you ask us if we thought there would be enough work? Or I don't know that you did. I think you just said she's going to be there.
No, first I asked, and you guys were like, well,
yeah. Well, not that we
And finally I came back, because you weren't sure there'd be enough work.
Right.
And finally I just came back and I went, just want you to know Leighton's coming.
She's coming.
Like,
right.
Okay.
Right. And honestly, full disclosure, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Like, what if she's bored out of her mind? Or what if she's like, this sucks? Like, this is what they do.
We're always looking for the good experience. I know.
Right. I didn't want to fail at it.
This is not glamorous. This is not fun all the time.
It's not. And Ellie, you and I were making our normal eye contact over our Zoom meeting during that time, thinking, what are we going to have every day? Kind of thinking, So my first question to Vonda is, why? Why were you just like, look, I'm making the decision. I run the company. Here we're doing this.
Ooh.
Do we also need to clarify Leighton is a high school student?
Yes.
So that's the age range that she's in. High school, midway through high school, and
yes.
Yeah.
Leighton, do you need to add anything to that about your profile?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No additional profile.
No additional
profile to add at this time.
Got it.
Right. Let's see. I think because when Leighton was smaller, she would come and she would almost shadow Ellie when she was doing her photography. And she really did enjoy that. She liked being there. And I'm like, now that she's working for us in the website, like she's uploading these images that we're making. And so I'm just thinking it would be really great for her to have that other dimension, not just being in the back and all by herself, which we're all remote. So she's working by herself. So I just wanted her to be able to experience you, Lori, and Ellie, and the professionalism that was going on. And I knew she could add a lot on the social media part because she has a different eye for it than we do. And so I guess that was my hope for the whole situation.
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. Leighton, I am directing this at you right now. The mic has been passed to Leighton. And this is such a general question and so obvious, but what was your favorite part? Like, you were there the whole week. Like, you showed up on time, you stayed all day, besides just being right there with me. I know that's obvious. That is, we'll move past that.
I really like just like hanging out with everyone and helping and being a part of the social media posts and seeing like the behind the scenes of the photos that I upload.
Okay. Were there any moments in what you were doing with us that you thought, wow, this is actually kind of cool, or I didn't know this is how this happened?
Well, I really like to see like how much time you guys put into each arrangement and how I was able to help with some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You helped. There was a couple when we were coming up with social media content, and I think we'll talk about it later, that I was like, well, why don't you go over and throw together a bundle because no one was available to help.
Yeah.
I don't make bundles. And you're like, okay. And you went over there. 10 minutes later, came over with this beautiful wrapped bouquet. It's like, damn, like she knows what she's doing. You are your grandmother's granddaughter. So, Ellie, my question to you, I know you were so focused behind the camera the whole time because it was the craziest photo shoot we've ever had. But those moments you got sort of sneak a peek at Leighton running back and forth to help and to grab things and to do stuff. Like, how did that make you feel? Because you helped raise this child, or you like to think you did.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made me a bit emotional and made me think about how fast time goes.
Yeah.
Because I remember being her age and watching my mom and being in Leighton's shoes. And that didn't feel like that long ago. So now to see Leighton being where I once was, kind of, I mean, obviously we were in a flower shop setting when I was her age, which is a little bit different than this, but it's still, it was surreal for sure.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Okay. Now I want to get into some, I guess, generational differences, because one of the main things that Leighton, you did, which was incredibly helpful, was help me with social media content while we were there. And we would sit there and I was like, hey, I want you to scroll. I want you to get on, which most people don't tell their quote unquote employees, scroll on your phone, right? But look, what interests you? What do you see? What makes you stop and click? Right. And you start doing that and you start finding really great content. And then we would sort of try to recreate some of that content. So I kind of want to go through all three of you, different generations, and talk about how you perceive social media. How do you use social media? And one of the reasons I'm asking this question is I think people who are listening that are flower shop owners or even just studio owners, they need to be thinking of all different generations when it comes to social media. So what did you look for, Leighton, when you were looking through social media? What were some of the things that made you stop and click? What did you like?
I mainly look for like if there's like funny ideas or like the one that we were sliding the flowers with.
Yeah.
One that was like satisfying. So that kind of caught my eye.
Yeah. So more reels, would you say?
Yeah.
Like videos, moving things, or things that made you laugh?
Yeah.
Not just a free, still pretty picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Ellie, what about you?
What about me? How do I use social media?
Yeah. What kind of things do you look at when you are looking through social media?
I've always kind of preached the behind the scenes moments and like the real and raw and the less curated, the better. So that's what I'm drawn to more, especially when it comes to like a business, just because it's almost like businesses have alter egos. Like they have their like front of house face.
Yeah.
And then they have like who they really are. And I think a lot of businesses are afraid to show the behind the scenes, the personalities, the characters, the messiness. So anytime you're going to get a peek behind a curtain like that at a brand, even if it's like a software, I've been drawn to that. Like it's like some boring software, but the people kind of draw you in and make you warm up to this company, which in other spaces would just be boring, or you wouldn't even want to be on their Instagram because it's just a software. But if they're showing something funny, like Leighton said, or just the realness, or peek behind the curtain, almost like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
That's what I'm drawn to. And obviously, we've experienced so much being the first generation that like was without it and then with it. So, interesting.
That's really good.
What about
Vonda,
you?
what about you? How do you see social media differently than these two generations? Like when you're scrolling and looking at content, and by content, I'm talking about our industry, flower shops or things that are posted. You don't look at it the same way Leighton or even me will look at it. I know you don't.
No, I don't. And I'm not sure what gets me to stop is the old babies and dogs kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of look and it's like, oh, there's a cute one, there's a dog, whatever that case is, or questions. I always am kind of intrigued when there's a question. It's like whether you're like this one or this one. And sometimes I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Or of course, in our other groups, not necessarily our flower shops, when there's questions about how you run your business, because I'm always intrigued with what people say and if there's correct information out there or incorrect information. I guess that's kind of how I filter it through those eyes.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I thought you were going to also talk about like the mechanics of the design because, you know, when I'm scrolling through, I'll look and I go, oh, that was such a pretty, because I've even sent you pictures before of pretty palettes and you're like, oh, and you're not looking at the color, you were looking at the mechanics. I'm like, oh, you don't like those colors? She's like, you're like, I didn't even notice the color. All I'm looking at how it's just.
Yeah, it's like, no. That's not correct. Somebody needs to think about the mechanics of this.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I look more critically. You're correct.
We see things differently. All right. Next question. The three of you together, and I'm sure this week there's more and more little nuances that come out. What are the similarities in personality with you, the three of you, and the differences? Are there any?
I'll take this one for a second. I would say that especially when I was Leighton's age, obviously, as I get older, I have to be more extroverted and more chatty. But I think when I was Leighton's age, especially, and what I noticed about Leighton is like very good at observing. And then with that, you're anticipating what other people need because you're not like in your own world and we're both not self-absorbed, right? Or thinking about ourselves. We're kind of behind the scenes and like seeing what other people need. Like she would get me something before I would even have to ask for it because she was observing, kind of keyed in and tuned in to what was going on. So I would say that. I think that's one similarity that Leighton and I have. Would you agree? Yeah. Anything else? Nope. I think we all will put in the hours necessary.
Yeah. I think we all work really well with deadlines. I've noticed that with Leighton. Would you agree, Leighton?
Yes. Yeah.
You like a hard deadline?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think we all work with deadlines. It's like, okay, here's a deadline. We need it by this date. And Leighton meets every single deadline. There is no doubt about that. Ellie meets a deadline. I meet a deadline. I think that's what I would say that we all have in common.
Yeah.
Yep. What did you notice about all three of us?
I didn't notice so much about Vonda's similarities with Leighton. I do see a lot of you and Leighton similarities between Ellie and Leighton. Yeah. I agree with you 100% in you both are thoughtful in that you do kind of sit back. Because I've been in situations with you before where, like, you've handed me stuff and I'm like, because we always laugh how we read each other's mind, right? Like, you just know.
Yeah.
And because you're observing. And Leighton, you're that way. Notice that you were doing that with Vonda too. I noticed you both are incredibly great with DoorDash. I'm so
DoorDash pros right here.
Yes.
these are things that impress Vonda and I, like, because we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
We rely on you guys, and you became our DoorDash orderer for lunch, and you got it done in like 5 minutes, and we were like, "Wait, what? How are you already done?"
You will feed the tribe. We will hunt and gather. Feed the tribe.
It was incredible, incredible.
Yeah. One more thing on that is just in response to like anticipating needs is I'll never forget when I was a photographer's assistant on set with a couple commercial photographers, and there were two of them, a guy and a girl, and we had another assistant, and the guy photographer, Greg, said, "Oh, the guy assistant isn't available. I really wanted his strength because obviously he could lift more than me and all this equipment and stuff." And Catherine, the photographer that I worked mostly with, said, "But Ellie knows exactly what you need before you have to ask for it. She gets it. She reads your mind, which is invaluable.
Yep.
Like, who
Yep.
cares? You have to do a little more heavy
Yep.
lifting, Greg." And that was a moment I realized that I had that in myself. I hadn't realized it until that point. So now being able to see that in Leighton is pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah.
And I saw that in Leighton, and I saw that the two of them together, because a couple times Ellie would say to Leighton, now this is a really important thing to remember. And it was about the food. It was it seems like
Always
it's
about the
really
food.
little, but this really is huge because
It
you
is,
can
right.
already do this.
People happy. And then,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to see Ellie mentoring Leighton and the two of them communicating.
Yeah.
Because I really did observe that. It was pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Another thing I will say, and then we can move to the next question, but another, I don't know if you call it personality trait, maybe that's what it is, but I saw in both of you, and I thought a lot about this because I thought if I was a flower shop owner, this is something I would take note of with any employee I have, because you both are quiet, spirited. I would not have said, "Hey, why don't you go try to make a bundle?" Or after she showed me some of the reels, "Hey, let's go do these things." Like, she has a ton of knowledge already, but she wasn't like me. I'm going to go, "Hey, watch what I can do. I can already do this. Watch me." She's not going to do that. Ellie's not going to do that. I think back to the Boss's Bonus series that you and I did when you talk about your very first job, and you grew up in a flower shop and you knew how to design flowers, but they had you cleaning
My
buckets
college
all the
job.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you're just like, I'm not going to jump up and down and scream and try to show off, where I'm like, I would have, and so you just leave. But I think Leighton's probably that same way, because it's like, oh my gosh, you can do all of these things. That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah. We're like onions.
Yeah. But if you think of, that's why it's so important that a boss or manager you have to be observant.
Yeah. Agreed.
Ellie, I would like to think of you as a rose that's slowly opening and you see things rather than a petal. Because it just
rather than an onion?
Rather than an onion, yes.
Okay, a rose.
Okay.
I'm a hydrangea and a rose.
I like it. Okay. Leighton, do you, and there is no right answer here, do you want to grow up and be part of this industry one day? Did it make you go, I want to work for Flower Clique one day? Or did it make you think, I just don't know if this is like a passion in me?
I think that I find myself in the future being a part of it in some way, because it was really fun to just like see the process and how everyone does like each of their parts.
Okay. Did you like more the design style, or did you like more the tech side?
I like both sides.
That's good. Keep those options open, girl. Keep all those.
And like me, like creative, but yet Leighton is amazing on the computer, coding, running programs.
Right.
Yeah.
Agree. So Vonda, honest moment, was there a time there, and I'm going to probably say no because of the stress. I don't know that it hit there, but maybe when you got back, I don't know. But was there a moment where you looked over, and just kind of, it took your breath away, realizing, oh my gosh, like this company that Ellie and I have created. And now my granddaughter is here. My son and their whole family came to visit. This is our reality. And this is almost overwhelming. I'm so grateful. Like, did that hit you or no?
It hit me actually when Leighton was able to come to work for me, for us, for Flower Clique, because I remember being 14, 15 years old and being able to have an opportunity to work. And a lot of times young people don't have that opportunity. They can go to the grocery store, they can go here or there and have limited opportunities. And then when you're able to offer that, and because you have such a talented young lady, I remember when it even hit me that it's like, oh my gosh, I need to get her to work with something with a computer. And she was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old, and she's doing this PowerPoint presentation and all this stuff on the computer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do they learn that so quickly? It's one of those things that it hits you that, gosh, there is an opportunity here. I don't know. I guess it hit me before then, but also sitting there when Ellie was mentoring Leighton and that whole thing was going on. So yeah, it really did hit me there. Of course, I didn't say anything because we're in the middle of so much else. But
you don't have time. We have to compartmentalize that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was pretty powerful to see the two of them interacting together. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Ellie, what about you? What does it mean to be some part of a company that's bigger than just a company? The brand is great, but it's this is family owned,
Yeah, I think it's proof that personal and business can mix. I think when I was growing up and when I was in college and doing all these internships and it was just stuffy and such a separation between personal and business. And while that is healthy, I think that the two of them can mix. And I think life is too short. And the way that we have the opportunity to work together is amazing because it basically doubles 2x's your time with them. Right?
Yeah.
So I would say that's what I find just the best part of it.
Yeah. I would agree. I don't know that it's for every family, right?
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
But I think
learning how to separate it, once you can do that, once you can learn the boundaries and the separation, it can really, it can work.
I think I think it also helps that we're a virtual company.
Yes, we're not in an office every day together.
Guys are not in the office 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, some days 6 days. That would be, I think, a lot harder.
Leighton, did it feel like a job to you when you were working all week, even though you're with us? Was it?
Be honest. Be honest. It's okay.
No. Really?
Yeah. That's surprising. I thought you were going to say, yeah, it was long hours.
It felt like a job to me.
Long days. Got paid. It was. But no?
No, I don't think it did.
Okay. Yeah.
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah, hey. Success, Ellie.
Yeah. So, Leighton, I'm going to ask you a random question. If somebody asked you what Flower Clique is, what would you say?
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a hard one. That's a hard one for us to answer now.
It's a hard one. That's why I'm asking. I'm just always curious.
Yeah, when you tell your friends, is it my grandma's floral company? Do you say something like that?
Yeah, usually something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do for the company?
Upload photos to different websites.
Okay. Well, that's way more information than any of my kids could give. So, and they're adults. So that's way better. What is one moment out of that whole week that stands out for you?
A moment that I'll remember is I just really like seeing the whole behind the scenes process and how much time was put into each arrangement to make it look perfect and how I was able to help with some of that.
Okay, great. Ellie, what about you?
I would say when we were all sitting at the lunch table one day and Leighton, we're all a team together. She was working just she wasn't my niece, she wasn't little. She was one of us.
She was.
That's definitely one moment I remember vividly.
Yeah, we were just all sitting there as a team. Yeah, I think that was really great. I really thought it was great when I came over to see you, Lori, and ask you a question, and you and Leighton were doing that thing. You were pushing the arrangements across the table and filming those. And I'm like, what the heck are they doing?
We were cracking ourselves up is what we were doing.
It was so fun. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, look at Lori and Leighton are having such a good time making this happen.
Yeah.
Creative.
We were. Usually Ellie's my sounding board and she couldn't be because she has to stand behind a camera. So to have Leighton, and Leighton was helping me figure out how to actually make the things move. And then she's like, I'll go grab a cart. And I was like, oh, genius idea. So we were coming up with crazy stuff, but it was great. And one thing Leighton mentioned, and I was so glad it affirmed me. She's like, God, it takes so long to get one good video. I was like, I know. Not even then
it surprised me how long it took for each one.
Yeah. And to get a good shot, like when we went outside, when we were trying to get a good shot for just one vase, and we took like 12 shots, and I get back and I look through them and I'm like, this one is okay. And we took so many, and just is what it is. Okay, now a few minutes left. It's the highlight of the pod. We're going to play a game called This or That. Got to pull up my questions. I did not give you guys these questions.
Lori always throws in something in there.
Throw in this is my wild card.
Mm-hmm.
We have them in different sections. There's still some are work related, some have nothing to do with work. Okay, I'm going to start with Leighton. This or that, roses or peonies?
Roses.
Ellie?
Peonies.
Vonda?
Roses.
Okay. Vonda, designing flowers or delivering flowers?
Designing.
Ellie?
Designing.
Oh, I will deliver all y'all's flowers.
I love to deliver. Don't get me wrong. But if I have to pick, I have to go with design.
Okay. This is still under flowers. And because you all decided design, this or that, would you rather design corsages or flower crowns?
Flower crowns.
Okay.
Flower crowns.
Flower crown.
Okay.
And Leighton has made multiple flower crowns, just so you know. Yeah.
Amazing. Doesn't surprise me. Okay. Blush pink or hot pink?
Blush pink.
Blush pink.
I don't know. I think I'd go hot pink.
Okay. I needed someone to do hot pink. All right. Classic bouquet or wildflower vibes?
Probably classic.
Wildflower.
Wildflower.
Okay.
But not incorrectly designed.
A bunch of weeds from the backyard.
Add that little addendum.
Exactly.
Okay. Photo shoots. Leighton, behind the camera or in front of the camera?
Behind.
Behind.
Yeah, 100%.
Posing or candid shots?
For who?
For any of you. Still posed pictures or the candid, fun social media shots? Which do you prefer to take?
Taking?
Yeah.
I'd go the posed ones because I want perfect.
Candid.
Posed.
Okay. Do you prefer taking a selfie or a group pic?
Group.
Selfie.
Group.
Are you take this for the gram or please don't post that type of person?
Please don't post that.
I knew what Ellie was.
Please don't post that.
Please don't post that.
Yeah. Here, you asked for similarities earlier. Now you're finding them right now.
Now I'm finding. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Personalities. Leighton, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Okay.
Lately, I've been both.
Really?
Or no, wait, not a night owl.
You're not a night owl.
Early to bed, early to rise. Lately.
Okay.
We're on vacation here, though.
100% early to bed.
Early bird.
And early to rise. Probably earlier than you rise.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Sweet.
I would say salty.
Okay.
Salty.
Well,
Can't even say this one. Uh-oh, trouble.
well, because I already know this about all of you guys, and I know what you're going to think of me. Are you a loud talker or a quiet observer?
We're just going to let you answer that one for all of us.
You're all quiet observers.
That is still Lori talking, just so you know.
Still me
that was
talking.
Lori Wilson. This
Still
is Vonda
me
saying Lori, it's talking.
Yes. Okay. Overpacker, underpacker.
Overpacker. Wow.
Ellie, a queen of overpacker. That's why I can underpack.
Yeah. Brought the whole house in the suitcase.
Exactly.
Overpacker.
You're overpacker?
Yeah, I'm not really underpacker. I think I just try to get it right.
Yeah, you are. You always do
It's
just enough.
perfect.
No.
Okay.
I can have a few extra outfits rather than not enough, though.
Yeah, but you're not an overpacker. I don't think. Okay. Layton, dance at weddings and parties or hide in the back?
Hide in the back.
You like to dance, don't you? No?
Well, we'll have to change that, Ellie.
Okay, thanks.
Ellie?
Depends if I've had tequila or not.
I was going to say it depends on if alcohol.
It depends on the party. Depends on who's there. Totally depends on who's there.
Okay.
The vibes have to be right.
Okay. Layton, TikTok or Facebook?
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, Facebook.
I'm
not. Lori's like, did you see that on TikTok? I'm like, no.
No.
Share it via Facebook to me.
No, sorry.
Emoji texter or full sentences?
Both. Probably emojis more.
A hybrid? I do a hybrid.
No.
What'd you say?
I said capital letters.
Capital
But she likes
All
lowercase.
Lowercase. What about you?
I like a little mix.
Me too.
Yeah.
Go.
Yep, same here. Mix.
Vonda loves her prayer hands. It's her favorite.
And the thumbs up and the ...
Wing. Yes.
And the wink.
I love.
She does love the wink.
She loves
the wink.
wing.
Well, I'm sorry. My go-tos.
It always makes me smile. Call or text?
Usually text, I still think. Yeah.
Text.
Text.
Same. I think we're all in agreement there. There is just no need for a phone call.
There's not enough time for a phone call.
There's not enough
think that's it.
time. Layton, crop top or cozy sweatshirt?
Sweatshirt.
Cozy sweatshirt.
Same cozy sweatshirt.
Same. Hair scrunchie or fix and flat iron every day?
Gotta tell her what you just got.
Flat ironed.
You just got.
Got a Dyson Air Straight.
We were testing it last night. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dyson.
Yeah.
From wet hair to dry.
You put it on wet hair?
Yeah.
She has curly hair.
Oh, okay.
And it took,
Wow.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
It's like a miracle. Wow. Crazy. All right, Ellie, are you scrunchy or flat iron forever? You're scrunchy.
I mean, yeah.
You're always
90% my
scrunchy.
hair's up.
Yep.
Neither.
Vonda, you're flat iron. You're not. I've
Vonda
never.
is gel.
I would love to see Vonda's hair in a scrunchie one day.
Mm.
That would be funny.
You're not going to get it.
All right. Last round. Layton, would you rather have flowers in your hair or glitter on your face?
Probably flowers in my hair.
Okay. Ellie?
I just had glitter on my face for Beyonce. So I'll go with glitter on my face.
We need a whole nother podcast about Beyonce, but keep going.
Flowers in my hair for sure.
Okay. Would you rather make 100 boutonnieres or fold 1,000 ribbons? Vonda. Fold.
How do you
Make-
fold
Like
ribbons?
make ribbons.
You mean make
bows?
Well, it's yes, with bows with ribbon.
Well,
Would you rather make 100 boutonnieres
Mhm.
or 1,000 pre-made bows.
1,000 bows.
Hands down. Boutonnieres, not corsages. Boutonnieres are easy. I'd do 100.
Oh, okay.
Agreed. 100 boutonnieres. They're kind of fun.
Are they?
Layton, have you made either? Have you ever made yeah.
I'm with Layton. I don't want to do either one of those things. Okay. Would you rather go to a flower market in Paris or a spa in Bali?
Well, I think Bali has a lot of bats. So I'm kind of out on Bali. I'll go to Paris.
Paris.
Oh, I love a Paris flower market. I'd go there any day.
You had me at spa and then you lost me at Bali.
Are there like bat attacks in Bali?
I mean, if you're traveling all the way there for the spa, you'll probably do more than just the spa. So the chances of me interacting with a bat are
I'm gonna
higher.
have to research that.
Yeah. The bugs. I think there's lots of bugs there. I'll stick with Paris.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you're at flower market Paris, you know you're close to a croissant and some great food. So, you know.
Are there no bugs in Paris?
No.
Ellie, I almost sent you a TikTok because did you know that the bats in Montana that live in caves, but they fly away and the scientists can't figure out where they go? Like there's a whole YouTube video with scientists and they can't figure out where they're going. No one knows. Maybe they're going to Las Vegas. I
was going to say, we have bats.
I think they're going to your house. I'm pretty sure.
They are. They're probably going directly to my neighborhood.
They're not in caves. But the comments on it, the funniest one, Vonda, is the one where it's like, ask the bat moms. They're like, where was the last place you saw them? That's where they'll be. That's my favorite part is reading the
Send me the TikTok.
I will because I'm like, oh my God, Ellie's gonna die. Maybe all the bats from Montana have gone to her house. Would you rather give up coffee or give up your phone for a week? If you had to give up coffee,
give up my phone.
Give up your phone. Layton?
Yeah. Coffee.
Coffee. You don't drink coffee. Vonda?
I'm conflicted there because I got to do business on my phone.
Yeah.
Oh, as long as it's not all tech. Yeah, I could give up my phone.
You give up your phone.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, I would rather give up. I could probably give up coffee because then I just drink Diet Coke.
There you go.
Coke Zero every morning if I'm just doing it for a week. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, here's the last one. Layton, this really is directed more towards you. Would you rather be stuck in a walk-in cooler for an hour, flower cooler, or have to explain what a TikTok means to your grandma?
A cooler.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. That is a good one. That'll be tough.
That's my.
I would rather be stuck in a cooler for an hour than have to learn how to watch. So it's good. That's a good thing.
And on that note, let's wrap it up.
We're wrapping it up. All right, you guys. Thanks for taking 30 minutes out of your vacation.
Thanks, Lori. Great questions. Great interview.
All right. Have fun. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed spending time with us because we enjoy spending time with you. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button or add the business and pleasure of flowers to your Google morning routine or your flash briefing on Alexa. We look forward to seeing you next week.
So please come back and join us and discover how a bit of knowledge and one small change in your mindset can take you to new levels in your life and business.